Every engineer remembers their first time. I mean, it's a really pivotal moment in a young person's life, right? I remember mine. It was around a year ago when I finally had an incident so bad that I started looking for a new job. It was January 3rd, 2023, 8 a.m. I rolled into the office, still tired from New Year's Eve weekend. I got my coffee, I checked my emails, I did everything I did every morning, including this thing. Every morning, because I worked in finance, I would have to register all our overnight trades. Except this day, when I tried to do it, something weird happened. For some reason, none of the orders I was adding were populating into the system. It's not a big deal, it happens sometimes. I pinged the devs and let them try to handle it. 30 minutes later, I realized that none of them had responded. They were still at home, asleep, I'm guessing hungover, while I was in the office trying to figure out what was happening. So I emailed the European counterparts, got them online. None of them knew how the system worked, but they tried their best. But after restarting, it still wasn't working. We ended up escalating. We started a Slack channel, we created a Zoom call, we got a bunch of engineers on. We started looking at the data. We realized that the data said everything was fine. These logs were populating. They were saying all those orders were going into the central database, but the central database wasn't showing them, but we didn't know anyone on the central database. We didn't know who to reach out to, what was broken, what to do. And we're just panicking. My boss keeps coming over. He's asking me, hey, do you know when it'll be fixed? And I have no idea what to tell him. 20 minutes later, we still haven't figured it out. There are 7 minutes until the market opens, 7 minutes until if we don't do this, we won't be able to start trading. My boss is calling clients, telling them that we're not gonna make the open. I have no idea what's going on. I'm getting calls from JP Morgan and BAML, and they're just telling me that, hey, we have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of breaks, and I have no idea what they're talking about. Everything is on fire. It's at this moment that my knight in shining armor, this superstar here in my celebrity selfie, Kashish, a software engineer, figures out what's wrong. And in eternal gratitude, I decided to name my firstborn child after him. Kashish remembers that in our first version of the product, we only ever had a month and day field. We didn't have a year field. And sure enough, if you looked at the code, you'd see that that current year was hard-coded to 22. Hard-coded to 22. With less than a minute to spare, we made it to the open. We weren't always this lucky. More often than not, a lot of these incidents escalated to production. They had a real cost. They cost us money, they cost us personnel. That superstar dev, Kashish, he ended up leaving that job a couple months later because of burnout, because he couldn't take it anymore. I remember going to a first date I was super excited about, and halfway through had to open my laptop because our overnight system went down. She walked out on me, rightfully so. But it stuck with me. There's a real problem here. What is it? What is the central issue, the central problem here, the story that really keeps me up at night? It's that engineers fail on dates. No pun intended. But more honestly, it's that complexity kills companies. Here's a graph of Uber's microservice architecture. Imagine trying to find a hard-coded year within this. Think about how many services might be affected by a single bug and how long it would take to find that heart of the problem. When you look at the modern observability stack, companies use OpenTelemetry for data ingestion. They use Prometheus for metric processing, Grafana for visualization. Datadog is a unifying layer. They have Thanos for metric storage, Logstash for log storage, Sentry for alerting. It's overwhelming. It's impossible. It's an entire career just to learn how to use all these tools. But none of them actually touch at the heart of the problem, which is what went wrong? What's the root cause of the incident I'm dealing with? Observability is an action. So what is it that we're looking for? The holy grail here is root cause analysis as a service. It's an end-to-end solution that goes from your metrics, logs, traces, directly to what went wrong, the root cause of the problem. And that's what Interaction Labs is building. An agent using traditional machine learning statistical tools that trains directly on your telemetry to figure out the heart of the problem. Or in other words, your personal Kashish. And we're the right team to do this. Don't let appearances fool you. These handsome young men are professors at Columbia and Cornell. They're PhDs from MIT and Berkeley. We have builders from Uber, from Citadel, from Amazon, people who know this problem, who felt this pain firsthand, who need all the therapy that it entails, and are the right people to figure out exactly how to solve this problem. If you're interested to see our demo for the first time, just email us at myfirsttime@interactionlabs.ai. or go to our website and see a video. We're really excited to hear your feedback.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take that clicker. I'll leave this up a little bit in case people want to do that. Okay.